Hello, welcome boys and girls. Welcome to lesson number 1 of 2G2. Our goal today is to partition a rectangle into rows and columns of the same squares and count to find the total number of them. And so we can look at our essential question to be, how many equal parts can a shape be divided into? So the very first thing we're going to do is we're not going to look at a rectangle. I'm going to show you a different shape, but I just want you to understand the concept of what we're doing today. Who doesn't love a chocolate chip cookie? A chocolate chip cookie. If I only had to give this cookie to one person, then I can give that person the whole cookie. I don't have to share with anyone. It's just me. I get the whole chocolate chip cookie. But wait a minute. What if we have 2 friends, but only one chocolate chip cookie? What should we do? Pause for a minute and think about it. But remember, before you pause, they both want the same amount. So you only have one cookie. What can you do? You've guessed it. I'm going to split that cookie right in half so one friend can have one half and the other friend can have another half. So if it was just me by myself, I can eat the whole entire cookie. But when I have 2 friends, I'm going to have to split that cookie in half evenly so that they both get the same amount. Oh goodness, I can't have anything to myself. It's okay. I have 4 friends now. I have 4 friends, but I only have one cookie. What should I do? And remember, before you pause to think about what you should do, each friend wants the same amount of the cookie. Now I have 4 friends. That's right, I'm going to split the cookie into 4 pieces. So it'll be 1/4 because I have one cookie and I'm splitting it into 4 pieces because I have 4 friends. With the 2 friends, I have one cookie, but I'm splitting it into 2 pieces, so it'll be 1/2. 1/2. Let's see what that looks like. And then we will go back and I will show you what one looks like. So it'll be 1/2. I have one cookie and I split it up into 2 pieces. When here I have one cookie and I split it into 4 pieces for my 4 friends. So that is 1/4. At the beginning it was just me. I had one cookie. I didn't have to share it with anybody, so it's just a whole, one whole. Goodness, look at this. My favorite snack of all time, brownies. Let's try with brownie. Let's say I'm by myself. I only need the whole pan. That's right. I only need the whole pan because I'm by myself. I don't need to share it with anyone. So that's one whole, just one. One whole. I'm not sharing it with anyone. I don't have to cut it. I can just pick this whole thing up and eat it all by myself. If I had 2 friends, I had me and someone else. I'd have to split it. How would I do that? Talk about some rows and columns. If I have 2 friends, I can split it this way, which is horizontal. Across is horizontal. This way, these are rows. So anytime you're going horizontal, you're talking about rows. Rows. R-O-W-S. Rows. They go horizontal. Okay? When I'm speaking of a column, C-O-L-U-M-N, a column, it goes vertical or up and down. So if I was splitting for the same 2 friends, I can go this way. So it will still be the same amount no matter which way I go, but I split it in half. So I have 1 pan of brownies and I'm splitting it in 2 ways. So it's 1/2. I have those 4 friends. Going to make a line, a row, and then I'm going to make a line down or a column. That's one way, and they'll get 4 equal parts. Pretend that is perfectly equal, okay? My drawing is a little off. Or, which other way can I do it? Think about it. That's right, I can make 4 rows. Now, Miss Johnson did not do that perfectly. Let's try again. 1, 2, 4. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's going horizontal, remember I have 4 rows. Or I can make 4 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I split it into 4s. And remember, if I'm splitting it for 4 friends, pretend this is a friend, this is a friend, this is a friend, and this is a friend. I have 1 pan of brownies and I'm splitting it into 4 pieces, sections, because this is a pretty big pan. Great job. You can put 12 squares in a row and make a rectangle. So let's say these were all squares and they were perfectly drawn. We're going to pretend that they were perfectly drawn. Drawing is not the best, but let's pretend these are 12 perfectly drawn squares. You can also put them in 2 rows to make a rectangle. Each row has 6 squares. Let's see if we can draw that. Pretend caps on? Great, because we're going to pretend like these are also 12 perfectly drawn squares. And the top row has 6 squares, and the bottom row also has 6 squares. You can also do a drawing of the same 12 squares, but put them in 3 rows. So when you put them in 3 rows, I want you to answer this question for me. Drawing of 12 squares, just like we did, and you're gonna put the squares in 3 rows. You can do this on the white marker board that I gave you, or you can do it on a piece of paper. So you're gonna make a drawing of 12 squares. You're gonna put the squares in 3 rows. See if you guys can do that. Remember, 3 rows. All right, let's see if your answer matched what I wrote. So if you have 3 rows of the 12, so let's see, 1, 2, are you gonna fit? Okay, let's try this again. So we're gonna make 12 squares in 3 rows. We're gonna make 3 rows, and remember rows go across, and they want 3 of them. That's 2, and again, we're pretending like these are perfect shapes. Okay, now we need to have 12 of them. So what you should have done is, let's see. 1, 2, 3. And that should equal 12. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great job. You did it. And still drawing lines. It's on a free hand. You did it. Okay, so there are blank rows of squares. So if rows, remember rows, rows. This is not cooperating. Anyways, rows go horizontal. So we know that rows go horizontal. So this way, how many of those do we have? We have one. Let's do a different color so you guys can see. We have one row, 2, 3. We have 3 rows of squares. There are blank rows. This is supposed to be squares. That is wrong. There are blank squares. My goodness. That is supposed to be squares. There are blank squares in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I'm so sorry. Yep, that is supposed to be squares. So there are 3 rows of squares, 1, 2, 3, and there are 4 squares in each row. Perfect. And I'm gonna have a warm up. It's actually going to be an exit slip, and it's not gonna be click here. It's actually gonna be on Google Classroom. So check on Google Classroom. Underneath this video, inside of the assignment, you should see a link. And that is what you click on to do the exit slip. So we didn't have a warm-up since this is our first time taking a look at this standard or goal. We're actually just going to do the exit slip. So it was so wonderful having you all today. I hope you had a great lesson, and I will see you all tomorrow.